Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So welcome all the devotees for our satsang.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you for your kind words, Krishna.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I am not qualified actually. Prabhuji is very generous to glorify. So because of mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are here assembled discussing about Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we do not be Friday, we do not know where we will be if there is no Prabhupada. So all credit goes to the Vaishnava Parampara. So that's why today's topic is the disciplic succession. One time, actually, very interesting with Guru Parampara. One time his Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, you all know that? Maharaj is sannyasi. He was distributing books in Russia. So, in Russia, that is communist time. If they catch you with a book, spiritual book, lifetime you will be put in jail. Communism is not allowed. Anything with religion, not allowed. But he was very boldly smuggling the books and distributing inside Russia. So Prabhupada was very much pleased when he heard that he was distributing books, Bhakti Tirtha. So Prabhupada, when he met Prabhupada, Prabhupada embraced him. And he, before he was telling, you are taking so much great risk for spreading Krishna consciousness. Then Maharaj told actually, Prabhupada, I am not taking any risk. You have pushed me to distribute books. You have pushed me. And so Prabhupada was seeing, he said, no credit to me, my Guru Maharaj pushed me. Like this Guru Parampara means they are actually pushing us in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, by default, people do not want to chant or, but it is the mercy of Krishna is pushing from the top. This is Guru Parampara. From there it is pushed. See, if Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, he was last week we had this disappearance. If he has not given instruction to Prabhupada to spread in Western world, how will ISKCON will be there today? So this Guru Parampara it is actually pushing from the top. Normally we are like, when we are coming to the satsang, we are casual devotees, right? Sometimes Friday we come, sometimes we don't come, some other program is there, because normally casual devotee. But when you are connected to Guru Parampara, you become committed devotee. And when you are practicing under the shelter of a spiritual master, you become confidential devotee of Krishna. So from casual devotee, then you become, when you become committed devotee, when you take shelter of a spiritual master, correct? You have to chant 16 rounds, no other option. But if you are not committed to spiritual master, maybe your mind will tell, we will do later. I am very busy now, after 60 years I will do, maybe this is not possible. But now we cannot tell like that, right? Correct? No? So this is the, like everybody in this hall, they entered here casually. Like Sureshwar Nityananda Prabhu, I spoke last week. He said, I came casually. They said, just come, take prasadam and go, 12 o'clock. They said like that. He came, he taken prasadam and he went. Now he is preparing prasadam every Friday. So, casual devotee, then when you take shelter of Guru Parampara, you become committed devotee. You are committed to many services, like our Satya Krishna Guru, after night shift he has come to decorate all the hall, everything, committed devotee. Under the Guru, when you are practicing, then you become the confidential devotee of Krishna. That's the highest stage. So that is how this Guru Parampara is very, very important. Without Guru Parampara, we will not be here. Okay? So this topic today, what we are going to discuss, very, very important topic. Because in this topic, we will learn a lot of things. Coming week, the verse will be Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. Our Shankarnath Murari Prabhu will be taking the class. This is a preview. What is that Guru Parampara? Why you have to approach a Guru? Why you have to take shelter of a Guru? Why we should take Diksha from a Guru in spiritual life? Okay? Otherwise, we will always remain as which devotee? Casual devotee. Maybe we come, we may be or may not be, and our Maya will easily drag us. Okay, so we will discuss this section. This PowerPoint I have prepared at least maybe 6 months before to give this class. But exactly Krishna inspired to exactly give this class exactly before this Tadvidhi Pranipatena. So it is something, always Krishna consciousness is very, you can say, mysterious, magical. We do not know how things are happening, but it will happen on the right time. Right time. So I think this class will be at the right time before Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. Okay, so we will go to today's session. First we will sing Jai Radha Madhav, 5 minutes, Kirtan, and then we will go to the class. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vridana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Hare गुरु परंपरा की जय, कृष्ण प्रपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, पिता गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायश भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम अज्ञानद्वदन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सर्वरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सर्वललिता श्रीशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पवनलङ्घयते कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्रीद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. My humble obeisance to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Definitely I am not qualified to speak on this Disciplic succession. They are great personalities. They have descended from the spiritual world to uplift us. So seeking all of your blessings so that you may be able to get inspiration, to get connected to them, to get that mercy, to get that blessings. Hare Krishna. So today's subject is the Disciplic succession. So if you see, take Bhagavad Gita, I think the page number 26 you have the Guru Parampara. You can see all that there are, how many names? 32 names are there. So Srila Prabhupada is writing here from lecture from Ishopanishad. Transcendental knowledge, chapter 4, entitled Transcendental knowledge means spiritual knowledge. It is the knowledge beyond this universe. Okay, this is not the knowledge concerned to this material world. Whatever knowledge in this material world we are discussing in our school, college, everything. But this knowledge is beyond this universe. Beyond this 14th planetary system. We cannot even go to the end of the universe. So far where we have gone up to the moon. That also doubtful. They are planning now for Mars. But there are so many planets, right? At least we know 9 are there. Then there are millions and billions of stars. Billions and billions of solar system. Milky Way, galaxy. So Prabhupada writing, we cannot even go to the end of this universe. How can we go to the spiritual world? So, Vedic knowledge must be accepted as it is descending from whom? Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called as Avaroha Pantha. Right? Aroha Pantha means ascending, material knowledge. Avaroha Pantha means descending knowledge. Coming from top to bottom, descending. So it is coming from where? Descending from Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Therefore, the Vedic injunction is that one must approach a bona fide spiritual man. Adav Guru Padashrayam. First of all, we should take shelter of a spiritual master. That's what next verse will come. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena seva. And what is the qualification of a spiritual master? Guru. What is his qualification? He has also rightly heard the Vedic message from the right source. So what is disciplic succession means? It is not only one person is getting diksha. Their disciplic conclusion is all same. That is called disciplic succession. Prabhupada mentioned this. Disciplic succession means their disciplic conclusion is same. Okay? So we have the Sri Sampradaya, they all say Narayana is the supreme. Now Brahma Madhava, we all say Krishna. Of course, Narayana and Krishna, there is not much difference. So what is the quality? He has rightly heard the Vedic message from the right source. Otherwise, he is not a bona fide. Very important. There are so many spiritual groups, there are so many gurus, but is the guru here from the right source? Is he bona fide? Very important. You can very easily learn about Krishna from whom? From his devotee. We cannot go to any normal person and learn from Krishna about Krishna. Maybe because nobody can understand Krishna except devotee. Krishna says, if you want to know me, what is the verse? 18th chapter. Bhaktya mame vijanati. Only devotee knows about Krishna. So if you want to know about Krishna, you have to go to a devotee. His devotee can deliver him to you. Krishna says Tumar. He can hear, he is taking. That is the potency of Krishna's devotees. Okay? So it is said that Krishna's devotees are like agents of Vamanadev. You know Vamanadev, he asked only how many steps are planned. Then what he did? He taken the whole universe, beyond the universe also. Like that, the devotees are said like agents of Vamanadev means they just ask you to chant how many rounds beginning? 1. After that what they tell? 2. Only 2. You have to do 4. Then 8. 16. What about Ekadasi fasting? And what about Mangala Arati? What about Zora Arati? Then you see one day, there is no time left for you. It is all for Krishna's service. But it is good. So, like that, that is the potency of Krishna's devotee. They transform a person from Narottama, Naradama to Narottama. So this is taken from lecture from A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So transcendental knowledge should be only you can obtain from a bona fide spiritual master. So that is the next verse. Prabhuji will take next coming week. By the next Friday we will not have class here because it's this Jagasachi Prabhu will be coming. So Saturday evening we will have class here. Okay. So after that we will have this verse. Tadvidhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevya. 4.32. Upadekshenti te jnanam jnanina. Because he has tattvadarshi. He has already seen the truth. This is how to get knowledge. Now if you see science, science is categorically into 2 categories. We are learning from our school, college, what is that? Material science, right? And there is spiritual science. This is called transcendental knowledge. So there are 2 science here. With material science, we are inventing mobile phones, we have microphone, we have automobiles, we have so many things with material science, air conditioning, so many gadgets, so many comforts we are getting through material science. But are we peaceful? No. Today we have come up to the level of AI, artificial intelligence. No more natural intelligence. Intelligence also becoming artificial. So the moment intelligence becomes artificial, we cannot be happy. Because Krishna says natural intelligence is to surrender to Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhu, matta sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajate Buddha. Intelligent people surrender to me. So we have come into the age of artificial intelligence. And all the flowers also change to artificial flowers, right? So that will, even the technology is there, artificial intelligence is making so many wonderful things, undoubtedly. But can artificial intelligence give us food? Can it give food for us? You are working with artificial intelligence for 3 or 4 hours, then you feel hungry. Then you put a prompt, I am hungry, can you give me food? You put, because everything is prompt, right? In AI you have to give prompt, it will give exactly. AI means only you know to ask how the question, right question, it will give you any answer in the universe. But you should know how to ask the question. That is AI, very powerful tool. But if you ask, I am hungry, can you give me food, what AI will reply? Go and cook yourself, I can give you the menu. How to cook, you can ask any menu, it can give you. but you have to do. But Krishna is giving the food. Maya dakshena pradati suyate cha sarachara. That will never change. So spiritual science is about learning about Krishna. So here there is an interesting video. You want to see? Power of material education. You know, our parents always advise us, we should study good. Why? You will have a good future, respect in the society, correct? So here is one lady, she is IAS collector. She is walking for a meeting. You see the respect she is getting? Okay, this is power of material education. See, comes as soon as everybody, you know, all the top people are there. But you want to see the power of spiritual education? You want to see? See here. Srila Prabhupada ki. Who are there on the road? You know who are giving obeisance on the flat on the road? All British people. This is in 7 Guri place, Radha Krishna temple. First temple, ISKCON temple in London. Srila Prabhupada sent some Grasta devotees. This is spiritual education. Okay. So which one you want, first or second? Both. You want both?
Both at a time is not possible.
See, whenever brahmachari sannyasis come, all the big, you know, scientists, learned people, they all fall down, right, at their feet. So very spiritual knowledge is great compared to material knowledge. And material knowledge is full of politics also. Today they may stand and they will backstab also after that. So spiritual knowledge is not there. So you can see Srila Prabhupada coming out of the temple and all these Western disciples, you know, all how many people are there, you know, falling flat. There is the power of spiritual knowledge. And there is some interesting information about this Radha Krishna temple. Prabhupada sent some of his Grahastha disciples, only 2 or 3 Grahastha disciples to London to open a center from America. And this is a temple, but it was later sold because of financial problem. Now last month, ISKCON Londoners purchased this property. So this is returned back to Srila Prabhupada, a historic site of early London Yatra. So here is where George Harrison came, everybody came. First temple. And this deity was donated by one British Indian. He donated this. Lot of pastimes are there with these deities also. So there was a little bit damage in this deity. So this person don't want to keep in the altar because our tradition, no, some damage is that they will not worship. So he invited Prabhupada and Prabhupada readily agreed to take Radha Krishna. Immediately he brought all the disciples. He told, keep the deities in the van. Before even that person discussing further, Prabhupada told, let's move. And even then on the way he was telling, Govind Chintamanu, Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. And he told to prepare that swan. That's our Shri Radha, London Ishvara. London Ishvara. In Paris we have Shri Radha, Paris Ishvara. In Bahrain we have Shri Radha, Bahrain Ishvara. Like that. So 1969. So this temple, now this place, they have purchased again. Of course they are waiting for fund actually. Some shortage is there. But this is an historic site for ISKCON. They have taken now. And the 56th anniversary, November 2025. So this is for related to this. You see the same temple, Radha Krishna temple. Later it was changed to some dentist doctors. But now they removed the same. Now they will be back into ISKCON temple again. So this is material education and spiritual education. And the spiritual education, see there are a lot of slides. I will see how much I can cover. If not little bit fast I will go so that we can see quickly. Because I think so many acharyas are coming and every acharya you can take a separate class. So definitely time will not be there. So we can see in very short. So this spiritual knowledge is transferred, is given by how Krishna saying, Evam Parampara Praptam, Imam Raja Rishyo Vidu, Saha Kalena Mahata Yoga Nashtava. So this is given by Parampara system. So here there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas according to scripture. One is called, you see the Parampara, Disciplic, Brahma Sampradaya, Lakshmi Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. You can see who are the acharyas here and the tattva and all these things. I don't want to go inside, it will take time. But these are four bona fide, like when we are studying engineering or some we are seeing whether this college is approved by AICT, right? AICT and board. Because if you study without approval, then your education will not be recognized by when you go for a job. So these are approved by Krishna, these four sampradaya. So disciplic succession is means by which transcendental knowledge is preserved. You can see an example here. There is a power plant. We are getting this power. You see here, this is how many volts? 230 volts, right? And you are getting power here. Now the power in the power station is in kV, big, huge megawatts you can say. But you cannot put your power circuit there. It will explode. So that power is like Krishna. Then it is stepped down and then it is transmitted through transmission tower. When you go in this road 30, 40, you can see lot of transmission towers. These transmission towers are the acharyas. They support the transcendental knowledge. And the power which is coming is actually transcendental knowledge. The power. And when you come to us, how we are connected to our Guru. And how you know our Guru is bona fide? When you connect, you get the shock, you get the transformation. Right? Otherwise, if you go to the Guru who is not bona fide, there will be no change in your life. So if your life is getting transformed, that means he is connected to the source. So this example is given that how you are getting the mercy is flowing through the Guru Parampara and finally you get it through a Guru. Tad vidhi pranipadena pariprashnena seva. This is how spiritual knowledge is transferred. Okay, so now we can see in the four paramparas which we discussed here, the Brahma Sampradaya, we have a branch from Brahma Sampradaya called as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru Parampara. You can see these are the names. There is some short video also I will play. Who are the personalities here? Okay, you can see here 32 personalities are there. 32 glorious personalities. We will not be discussing all the personalities because 6 Goswamis we already discussed in the earlier class. And so we will be in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, the prominent personalities we will discuss now. So it is about their contributions, their pastimes. In short, we will discuss. So it is starting from Krishna and up to Srila Prabhupada. Of course, after Srila Prabhupada, there are Srila Prabhupada disciples also. So the disciple section is not stopping with Prabhupada, it is going to further to his disciples who are actually getting connected, giving us connection to the Parampara. So this disciplic succession from where we got? Anybody knows? See here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur has composed a song, Krishna Hoite Chaturmukha. If you want, you can search this one. There he has listed all the Guru Parampara, complete. The songs of Krishna. They all from Krishna up to before him, before Bhaktisiddhanta, up to Gaurav. This is a beautiful song, very big song. I thought we will think, but there is no time there. But you can check in the net and you can see the translation, everything. All these personalities are listed. So the disciplic succession is not only these 32 personalities. There are many more devotees, pure devotees of the Lord, but they can say they are very prominent. Like somebody will ask why Arjuna is not there, because Krishna has given this knowledge to Arjuna. So Prabhupada is explaining Arjuna and Vyasadeva are the contemporaries, same. So it is not because they are contemporaries, they go to pick the prominent. So like that. Here you can see how this branch is coming from Brahma Sampradaya. In the later age, Brahma Sampradaya was handed down to Madhvacharya. Okay? So Brahma Sampradaya, from Brahma Sampradaya it is handed over to Madhvacharya. And Madhvacharya disciplic session come from Ishwarapuri. So that's one branch. The Ishwarapuri was accepted as a spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So again one more branch comes in this Ishwarapuri. We being the disciple, we being the disciplic section of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are known as Madhva Sampradaya. And because Lord Chaitanya appeared in Bengal, it is called as Gaudiyya. Our Sampradaya is called as Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. Why we are calling it Gaudiya? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Bengal, it is called as Gaudiyya. South India, what it is called as? Dravida. So, like this, it is names are given. Okay. So Brahma, from Brahma it has gone to Madhva. From Madhva it has come to, through Ishwarapuri it has come to Gaudiya. And then the Sampradaya is the Disciplic succession. Okay? Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, letter to Upendra, February 13, 1960. This is how our Sampradaya. We are connected to Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. When you are taking Diksha from any of the spiritual masters, from ISKCON, that means you are connected to which Sampradaya? Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. It goes from this spiritual master up to where? Up to Krishna it will go. Because it is like a chain. So when you are getting Diksha, you are connected to Krishna through the disciplic succession. So here we can see Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. The ISKCON is part of Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we all know who are the key aspects of Sampradaya. Who is starting? Lord Brahma. Okay, he is the original receiver of the knowledge. Tene Brahma Jaye Adikaviya Muhyatya Surya. First verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1. He received knowledge from whom? From Krishna himself. Then that knowledge is over the disciplic session has come to Madhvacharya. He is from 13th century. He is founder of Dvaita philosophy. Dvaita means Jiva and Bhagavan. Then Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which was propagated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then there are prominent acharyas you can see within this Sampradaya. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are the most prominent? The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. We had a separate class, no? All the 6 Goswamis. And then we have Baladev Vidyabhushan. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay. Who inspired Srila Prabhupada, instructed Srila Prabhupada to preach this knowledge to the Western world. Then Srila Prabhupada, who spread this knowledge throughout the world through establishing ISKCON. So these are the important Brahma, Madhvacharya, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. Okay? So of course this knowledge comes from Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Okay, what is that verse from Bhagavatam? Yate Chamsa Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So in this Sampradaya, we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the creator of everything, material and spiritual. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Matta Bharatam Nanak Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya. Okay, so he says Swayam Bhagavan, Supreme God. And Brahma Samhita also says Ishvara Parama Krishna. Okay. So we all know Krishna's birth, appearance. So I don't want to go in detail in that one. Then this knowledge was given, this Vedic knowledge was given to Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, how did he take birth? He is Swayambhu. He is not having father and mother. He comes from the navel of Lord Vishnu. Okay. And what is his role? He is a secondary creator. Visarga. Sarga is by Krishna. Visarga is by Lord Brahma, secondary creator. Okay. The primary ingredients given by Krishna, Brahma is assembling all these ingredients. Like you do prepare upama, we have the rava, we have green chili, everything. Sarga. But the Visarga is putting everything in the tava and making. That's what Brahma did. And he has 4 heads representing each Veda, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. So our disciplic succession, Brahma received this knowledge directly from Krishna. How did he receive? After he was born, he is seeing everywhere it is dark. And then he was bewildered, what to do now. When he was bewildered, he is hearing a sound, tapa, do austerity. So without austerity, he will not get transcendental knowledge. So then Brahma is doing tapasya, then Krishna is revealing. Tene Brahma Hare, in the heart, Krishna is revealing. And Brahma is well known. Pray to Lord Krishna for bhakti. And he born us in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Srila Haridas Thakur. And chanted 3 lakh names every day. Okay, but there is only one temple for Lord Brahma in India. Which one? Pushkar, Rajasthan. Because there is, I think, cursed by sage Bhrigu. Correct? Cursed by sage Bhrigu. So because of that, only one temple is there for Brahma. After this, Brahma has given this knowledge to his son, the divine sage and messenger of Bhakti, and Prabhupada calls him as transcendental spaceman. He travels to any place without visa and passport. Very good, no? Even now, if we see any country without visa, we are tempted to go there. No headache, no paperwork, easy, without visa, no easy. Just book a flight ticket and go. He can go anywhere in the universe without a visa, passport, because of Bhakti. So the Prabhupada mentioned him as transcendental spaceman. So divine sage and the messenger of Bhakti. Of course, we all know how Narada Muni was born. He served the Bhakti Vedantas. Then he became a very elevated devotee. And then he was initiating, great devotees like Guru Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Valmiki. And he played an important role for sage Vyasa to compose Srimad Bhagavatam. Correct? And he has written many books also. What is that? Narada Bhakti Sudra. So he is the essence of pure devotional service, teaching unconditional love for Krishna. And he is very famous in which instrument? Veena. And he always chants the Lord's name by stringing the veena. So Narada is mentioned in many of our scriptures like Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana. Also instructed great sages like King Yudhishthira, Prahlad Maharaj and Valmiki. And if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, Prachetas, there are many other personalities which, because of Narada Muni, so many people got transformed. One is Prachetas, where is who? Next. Daksha Prajapati, Sansar. Yeah, with Haryashwas. And every time you preach, they all take brahmachari. They all, such a powerful preacher. It's not easy for somebody to go and transform instantly like that. It should be a very empowered soul. Brigari, yes, Brigari. Guru Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, we discussed already. Valmiki also we discussed. So like that, there are a lot of, Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a lot of things. He's a musical and poetic devotion, Veena. His music transforms hearts and removes material attachments. So if you are fortunate to hear his music, it is good. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada said, we did not see Narada Muni is here, like that. So, next we come to Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva is compiler of all Veda and Vedanta. See, earlier there was only one Veda, right? What was the Veda name? Yajurveda. And that was divided into 4 Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. And the authorship of Mahabharata. And he composed all the Puranas also. And teachings on Bhakti and Dharma is from Srimad Bhagavatam. And he inspired Gaudiya Vaishnavism. His teachings from the foundation of Brahma MADHVA, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So of course we know about Vyasadeva, many things we have. He is actually compiler of Vedic wisdom, right? And he says Shaktiyavash avatar of Krishna. Shaktiyavash avatar means power embodied. Means he is given the Shakti.
Empowered soul.
Yeah. I think Parashuram also Shaktiyavash avatar. The power is given. They say Srila Prabhupada also Shaktiyavash avatar. Means he was given the empowerment to spread Krishna consciousness. Shaktiyavash avatar. Prithu Maharaj also is an empowered incarnation. Anybody else? Rishabhadev?
Yes.
Kapil Dev is the man different from the Lord. Rishabhadev, maybe. So there are many Shaktiyavash avatar. We have different Purusha avatar, Leela avatar, Guna avatar, and Shaktiyavash avatar, like that different categories. So Vyasadeva is coming under Shaktiyavash avatar. Then Madhvacharya, from he is from that place, Udupi. Very beautiful place. How many have visited Udupi? Okay. Rest all we can plan one time, we can inform Prabhuji. And we can. So very beautiful place. I stayed there for 1 week. Early morning 3 o'clock this worship starts. Very sattvic atmosphere and very holy place because you can feel that divine vibration there. Very sincerely they are like. So it was established by Madhvacharya, Udupi Mutt, and it is managed by his followers, right? Yeah, followers. It's a great Vaishnava saint, 1238 to 1317 CE. And who established Dvaita? Before that, Advaita. Who established Advaita? Shankaracharya. So after that, Madhvacharya claims not everything Advaita. Advaita in one context is right, but it's not completely correct philosophy. So Shankaracharya did for certain purpose. Prabhupada mentioned because the Vedas was rejected. There are a lot of things misused through the Vedic knowledge. The path was closed. Lord Buddha came and said Veda is false. The road is closed. Then you put a detour. Whenever the road is closed, then you put a detour. So Shankaracharya is like that, he put a detour by Advaita. Then Madhvacharya brought the route back, Dvaita. Like that they come, then Dvaita, then Vishishta Dvaita, then we bring this Achintya Dvaita. Like you are tilling the ground, everything is fertile, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and put the right seed for devotion. Okay, so Dvaita means it is talking about two things. One is about the Jiva, one is Bhagavan. Both are not same. And he opposed Shankaracharya's non-dualistic Advaita philosophy, arguing that the Jiva and God are eternally separate. So Dvaita, always you can see Madhvacharya's hand is like this. Means two. And he is a combined incarnation of whom? Vayu Bhagavan and Bhima also they say, right? Bhima also, he was very powerful. Vayu Bhagavan and Bhima. And wind god, you can see Vayu Bhagavan. So he was tremendous in his bodily power also. Spiritual power as well as bodily. And he emphasized devotional service as the highest spiritual practice, bhakti. And promoted the Vedic authority like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Vedanta Sutras. Also I think he written one book, Mahabharata Tattva Darshan, like whatever the things which is a little bit difficult to understand, he is explaining why these events happened in Mahabharata. And founded the Udupi Matha system. Established 8 monastic institutions, Mathas in Udupi, Karnataka, which continue to spread his teachings. So till now they are very active in this 8 Mathas. I think how many years will they take turn? Every 2 years one Matha will be taking in charge of worshipping Krishna. And the connection to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, his teaching formed the philosophical basis of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Veda Tattva. Veda Tattva. So this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come, they are all preparing the ground. Advaitam, Dvaitam, Vishishta Dvaitam, Ramanujacharya. Then comes actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving Achintya Veda Tattva. Simultaneously one and different. Then we come to Madhavendra Puri, the pioneer of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So Sri Madhavendra Puri, very famous. We have this drama. What is the drama? Shirshava Gopinath. How Madhavendra Puri was so famous that the Lord is ready to steal for his devotee. Normally Lord stole many things in Vrindavan, but here for his devotee he stole the sheer, sweet rice for his devotee. So Madhavendra Puri is one of the most revered saints in Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. He is considered the spiritual master of Advaita Acharya, grand spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His deep love for Radha Krishna and his extraordinary devotion service laid the foundation of pure bhakti in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So our Sampradaya, he laid the foundation. See, what are his contributions? While in Vrindavan, he had a divine vision of Lord Gopala, who instructed him to excavate and install his deity. Later in Yamuna, Lord Gopinath personally offered him sweet rice, kheer, showing Krishna's love for his devotees. That is that pastime, famous pastime, Shirshava Gopinath, Yamuna. Madhavendra Puri introduced Bhava Bhakti. We know we have Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava. And then last is Prema. So Madhavendra Puri introduced Bhava Bhakti, deep devotional sentiments, inspiring Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his disciples, including Ishwar Puri and Advaita Acharya, carry forward his teachings. His life exemplified pure, selfless devotion and laid the foundation for the Gaudiya Vaishnava movement. See, time to time what happens, we have seen these 32 personalities, time to time these Vaishnava Sampradayas teachings are getting covered or diluted. Then one empowered Acharya will come. He will restore back. After some time again it will be diluted. That's what they say now, that 13 Sampradayas. Apasampradayas. They come and they will divert. Then somebody else will come and again, like Narottam Das Thakur, then he reinstated everything. So that's how the system goes. So Ishwarapuri is the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, the Lord himself accepting a spiritual master. Like Krishna accepted who is the spiritual master of Krishna? Sandipani. Same way when he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted Ishwarapuri as his. And Ishwarapuri spiritual master? Madhvendra. So he was a renowned saint and spiritual leader in Bhakti tradition, associated with the lineage of Gaudiya Vaishnava. He was Diksha Guru for Light Chaitanya. Okay. So here one important thing of Ishwarapuri is given. Ishwarapuri became, Madhvendra could not move at the end of his life, his spiritual master. So doing all humble services, Ishwarapuri even cleaned up his stool and urine. Ishwarapuri helped his guru to remember Sri Krishna by always chanting Hare Krishna and telling Radha Krishna past tense. Pleasing Madhavendra Puri by these menial acts, Ishwarapuri received the treasure of, what he received the treasure? Krishna Prema from his spiritual master. When our spiritual master is pleased, he will award you this greatest eternal wealth of Krishna Prema. What is it? Saksa Dari Kvena Samasta Sastra. Isha Prasada Bhagavad Prasada. So, this is how, when the spiritual master becomes pleased, of course, these are very high things. But at least we can understand when spiritual master pleased, what transformation will happen, what things we will get. One day Ishwarapuri came to Lord Chaitanya's Mahaprabhu's house. The Lord personally cooked, lovingly served his spiritual master. After prasadam, Lord Chaitanya rubbed a sandalwood paste on Ishwarapuri and offered a fragrant flower garland. See, this is the etiquette, how they are receiving. By his own example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed how to properly worship and serve the Guru Parampara. Okay, so once while passing through Sri Ishwarapuri's birthplace, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, filled with rapture, takes some dust from the Lord. This dust is my life and soul. Like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified his spiritual master. So, okay, so we saw Madhavendra Puri, we saw Ishwarapuri, then we will go to Advaita Acharya, also called as Advaita Acharya Goswami. Okay. His particular, how one famous thing about Advaita Acharya is, he only brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the material world. By how he brought? He was every day praying to his Shalagram, pouring Ganga Jal and offering Tulasi Manjaris. And he intensely prayed that please Krishna, you come down, because we want to rescue, we want to this Kali Yuga, it is very difficult. Hearing the loving summons saturated with devotion, Sri Krishna appointed himself as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is Advaita Acharya? He is a combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. And his two consorts are Sita Thakurani and Sri Thakurani, are manifestation of Yoga Maya. So his very important role, Advaita Acharya. Without Advaita Acharya, there is no Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here. Now we come to the golden avatar of Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki 1486 to 1534. Combined incarnation of whom? Radha and Krishna appeared in Navadvip. For what purpose? To spread Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He is considered as Yuga avatar of Kali Yuga, and he is the foundation of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Of course, we all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nayana. They are not different from Radha and Krishna combined. So there is an internal mood, external mood. Why Mahaprabhu came here? To understand the vow of Radharani, also to spread the holy name. So this all we know. We are time to time discussing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And main contribution of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Achintya, Veda, Abheda Tattva. Simultaneously one and different. What is that? Krishna is both one and different from his creation. Quality wise, we are same like Krishna. Quantity wise, Krishna is Vibhu, we are Anu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And the highest goal, Krishna Prema, highest goal is to develop pure love for him. Very nice. This is the highest goal. And also following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, ordered the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana and other Goswami to establish temples in Vrindavan and to propagate pure bhakti through scriptures. It is said that the Goswamis are called masterminds in bhakti. I heard from Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Swami Maharaj. He gave an example. What is mastermind? First is mastermind means they have already mastered their own mind. Second mastermind means they know the mind of their master. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Third mastermind means they are able to master the mind of others by giving Krishna consciousness. What a beautiful word. See, masterminds. But they have mastered their own mind, mastermind. They have actually understood the mind of their master, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why we are called as Rupanugas. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutare. And third mastermind is they are able to master the minds of others by giving Krishna consciousness. Okay, and impact of Bhakti movement and ISKCON, his teachings were revived by whom? Bhaktivinoda Thakur. How did he revive that? He written a book, Teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he sent where? To Canada, to library in Canada. Who? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he revived. And later Srila Prabhupada taken the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world, inspiring millions in Krishna consciousness, every nook and corner. Next we are coming to whom? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anybody knows how many verses are there? Chaitanya Charitamrita? Yeah, almost they say 11,500 to 555, something like that. 11,500 verses. Bhagavad Gita 700, Bhagavatam 18,000, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is 11,500. And it is said that Rupa Goswami composed how many slokas? Anybody knows? 1 lakh. 1 lakh slokas he composed. So much ocean of knowledge is there in this Gaudiya Parampara. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was a great saint and scholar of Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. Author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, 11,500 verses. The most authoritative biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His work. Yeah.
Was it Rupa Goswami or Jiva Goswami?
Rupa Goswami is 1 lakh verses, I think, but Jiva Goswami did more than Rupa Goswami. Jiva Goswami, they say, like, you cannot compare to even Vyasadeva, more than that. Yes, correct. So 1 lakh verses is Rupa Goswami. I will double check also. But I read yesterday, I think Prabhupada mentioned about Rupa Goswami, 1 lakh verses. But Jiva Goswami, of course, he multiplied many more times then. Yeah. Probably is very alert. He is considered a spiritual masterpiece, presenting the highest teachings of pure bhakti. Okay. And of course, we all know he was a disciple of whom? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Whose disciple? Disciple of Raghunath Goswami. Yes. One of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And of course, he left his home on the order of Nityananda Prabhu. He came in his dream, he blessed him, and he instructed to compile this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay? And of course, he was like blind. He was very old and he was very blind. And based on the accounts of Swarup Damodar Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, who were personal associates of Mahaprabhu. Okay, the book we have Adi Leela, Madhya Leela and Anti Leela. Adi Leela talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's yearly life. Madhya Leela talks about his preaching and travels. Anti Leela talks about his final years in Jagannath. Such a glorious personality. And we can see his devotion and humility. We cannot imagine. Considered himself unqualified but empowered by Lord Chaitanya, he writes his glories. I am lower than a worm in a stool. See the mood. He's not doing for namesake. He is expressing his deep, incapability to compile Chaitanya Charitamrita. I am lower than a worm in a stool. But by the mercy of Vaishnavas, I was able to write this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Follow the teachings of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, who established Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Learn from Raghunath Das Goswami, who provided personal insights into Mahaprabhu's life. Other contribution of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is Sri Govinda Lilamrita, describing Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Okay, so many things are there. His teachings were later spread by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is foundation of Gaudiya Vaishnava theology. So much Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is glorified. Chaitanya Charitamrita is telling all the books go from this universe. If CC is there, then we can rescue the conditioned souls. Then another great personality, who is this? Narottama Das Thakur. I think Narottama Das Thakur only changed the whole Manipur into Vaishnava state. Changed the entire Manipur into Vaishnava state. Preacher of pure bhakti. So Narottama Das Thakur, 1534 to 1611. You see how the Parampara is coming, huh? You can see the timeline. Now 1531, he was a great saint, poet and preacher of Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. He is a direct disciple of whom? Loknath Goswami. And is celebrated for his deep devotion, transcendental bhajans and wide-scale preaching of Lord Chaitanya movement. And one of the bhajans, Srila Prabhupada's favorite, right? Narottama Das. Anybody knows what is that famous bhajan? Srila Prabhupada. Vishaya, like drinking knowingly, I think, drug poison. Hari Hari Bifale Gunayinu. Manusya Janma Paya Radha Krishna Navachiya. Vishakayinu. Prabhupada's favorite bhajan. So, key aspects of Narottama Das Thakur, born in Keturi, Bengal, into a royal family. He is born in the royal family. Despite being a prince, same way one more person was very wealthy, Raghunath Das Goswami. He also born to very, very wealthy family, always used to run away from home. And his fathers, like his mother told his father, why don't you tie him with some rope? Then his father told, he is having wealth more than Indra, and his wife is more beautiful than Apsaras. If they cannot tie him, what our rope, how we can tie our rope? Like his father told me. So he was so much attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das Goswami. So, despite being a prince, he renounced material life to pursue pure devotion. Had a divine vision of Lord Chaitanya, which inspired him to seek out spiritual guidance. And he took initiation from Loknath Goswami. After some times, I think we will forget all the names, right? Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many names. Even many times we get confused with who is who. Bhagavatam, at least we are able to know that. But so many Goswamis, so many things. So, initiation on Loknath Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Loknath Goswami initially refused, but later moved by Narottama's humility and devotion. He also said, Tadeva Charane Sabi, Bhakti Senevas. Janame Hoy, Ye Abhilas. My desire is to birth, serve the Vaishnavas. A great preacher of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, brought Lord Chaitanya movement to Bengal, Odisha. So he is main person. There we saw previously is actually Manipur. No, Narottama Das here, I think Bengal, Odisha and beyond. And also I think Manipur also included, right? Okay. Established first Gaudiya Vaishnava festival in Keturi, where many devotees gather to glorify Mahaprabhu. Right?
Gaur Purnima.
Yeah, Gaur Purnima.
First Gaur Purnima.
First Gaur Purnima by Narottama Das Thakur. Very good. Trained many disciples including Srinivas Acharya and Shyamananda Prabhu. Shyamananda Prabhu, which state he went? I think some state, specifically in India. Orissa. Shyamananda Prabhu is Orissa, correct. Shyamananda Prabhu is Orissa. And Srinivas Acharya?
I think that Madhya Pradesh where the scripture was stolen.
Okay, there, Srinivasa. So every personalities, they means transform the lives of many people. Shyamananda Prabhu especially has published in Odisha. So I also forgot, actually read it, but again the names, no. But there, Narottama Das Thakur, it was like Manipur. And after that, Srila Bhakti Damodar Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, Prabhupada, the scientist, he went and again propagated Krishna consciousness. And he has written many heart-melting devotional songs in Bengali, filled with deep Krishna prema. Gaura Pahu na Vajiya Goino, lamenting not worshipping Lord Gauranga. Hari Hari Bifale Janame Gunayinu, expressing regret over wasted human life. So another famous Jayanilo Premadana Karuna Prachur. When anybody disappears, those days we sing this bhajan. Jayanilo Premadana. Remember in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya's associates. Taught pure devotionals and Vishuddha Bhakti as the highest goal of life. Spread the philosophy of Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. Stress the importance of holy name. Narottama Das Thakur entered Samadhi in Ketudita, where his teachings continue to inspire devotees. His bhajans are sung daily by Vaishnavas worldwide, especially in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math. He is recognized as one of the greatest saints in the lineage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is that? Narottama Das Thakur, the preacher of pure bhakti. Of course, see, only one class we can take about Narottama Das Thakur. So much is there. But we cannot take here because so many acharyas are there. Then, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the crest jewel of Vaishnavas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was a prominent 17th century Gaudiya Vaishnava scholar, theologian, commentator on sacred texts, and defender of devotional theology. He played a crucial role in preserving and elaborating teachings of 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. What are his major works? Sarata Darshini, commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. He has given commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarata Varshini, Bhagavad Gita commentary. And Madhurya Kadambini, explaining the stages of devotion. Very high level books, I think. Madhurya Kadambini. Many we read, we will not understand also. Raga Atma Chandrika, path of spontaneous devotion. So, Madhurya Kadambini means he is explaining about the Madhurya Rasa for Radha Krishna. Of course, in ISKCON they take class on Madhurya Kadambini and all.
But Prabhupada's purports are majorly already having all of these
Nectar of devotion and everything.
Especially Sarartha Varshini Tika.
Yeah, because Prabhupada referred all the acharyas before writing commentary.
Especially
Yes.
Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan.
Baldev Vidyabhushan. And I think Bhagavad Gita was dedicated to Baldev Vidyabhushan. Yes. And Prabhupada said his purpose are his devotional ecstasies. And Prabhupada used to read Krishna book and all his books and used to say, oh, what a message. And Prabhupada used to say, Prabhupada, what is this? You written and you are saying, such a wonderful book. He said, who said I have written? This Krishna has written. I am only an instrument. Krishna is writing through me. So like that, Prabhupada, he referred acharyas, commentaries, as Prabhuji mentioned. And then he has given the purpose which is called as divine ecstasies. Okay? And divine the stages of spiritual progress in Madhurya Kadambini. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And he is defender of Gaudiya Vaishnava, very important. Protected the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is a mentor to Baldev Vidyabhushan. See how it is coming now, the line. Baldev Vidyabhushan is very famous that Prabhupada dedicated the Bhagavad Gita book to Baldev Vidyabhushan, who later wrote Govinda Vasha. Strengthened the theological foundation of tradition. His writings continue to be the cornerstone of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, inspiring devotees worldwide. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur devotion, scholarship and spiritual insights played a vital role in preserving and expanding Gaudiya Vaishnava. See, we all know only Prabhupada. See how much glorious personalities are there before Srila Prabhupada. They all put the foundation, helped Srila Prabhupada to establish this movement. Now we come to Baldev Vidyabhushan. Almost we come to the final stage, I think. Yeah, 5 or 10 minutes. Baldev Vidyabhushan was an 18th century Gaudiya Vaishnava scholar and philosopher known for defending the tradition against theological challenges. Because this Vaishnava philosophy normally misunderstood. Like, even ISKCON was misunderstood in the beginning. So these personalities, they came and they clarified what is this Siddhanta. That's why defending the tradition against theological challenges. His major work was Govinda Vasha. What is Govinda Vasha?
Commentary
on Vedanta Sutra. And then Siddhanta Ratna, philosophical treatise. Prameya Ratnavali, summary of key theological points. Commentary on Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. Very stalwart work. Baldev Vidyabhushan. That's why Prabhupada dedicated that Bhagavad Gita to Baldev Vidyabhushan. And he had a debate in Jaipur where the Ramanidi scholars questioned the legitimacy of Gaudiya Vaishnava because people challenged about the philosophy. Baldev Vidyabhushan defended it by writing Govinda Vasha. Because unless you write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, you are not considered as a bona fide tradition. Yes. So immediately he written Govinda Vasha, establishing the authenticity of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He established the Gaudiya tradition as an authentic Vedantic school. Srila Prabhupada also called as Bhakti Vedanta Swami. He is well versed in Vedanta as well as is having extreme devotion to Krishna. What is his teachings and contribution? synthesized devotion bhakti with Vedantic philosophy, strengthened the philosophical foundation of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, affirmed the worship of Radha Krishna and Vedantic tradition. His works continue to shape Gaudiya Vaishnava thought, inspiring scholars and devotees. Okay, this is the same thing. He defended, established two things. Baladev Vidya. He is called as a pillar of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Then we come to Jagannatha. Because here we are not going to the Goswamis because we already discussed that. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj is a great Paramahamsa, pure devotee, respected spiritual master, and the link in the Disciplic succession leading to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So what is his main role? He confirmed the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Yoga Pit in Mayapur, for his deep devotion, humility and intense bhajan worship. How many years he lived? 120 years, spending much time in Vrindavan and Navadvip. Performed severe austerities, often living in small hut or even under trees. Despite being physically weak in old age, he would leap in joy during Kirtan. Sometimes our Guru Maharaj also, no? Even though he is in the wheelchair, sometimes out of ecstasy he dances. So, he was the spiritual master of whom? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And guided him to revive pure Vaishnavism. And so many things are there here. 120 years old and was nearly blind. And he jumped in ecstasy declaring, this is indeed the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's how this yoga pit is there in Mayapur now. It was identified by Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So he used to sit on a basket of seat, or person used to carry him. A servant Bihari Das. Strictly followed Madhukari, lived with no possessions. And so many things are there. His samadhi is in Navadvip. And his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Emphasized on holy names of Harinam Sankirtan as the only means of salvation in Kali Yuga. That's why I said disciplic succession means that disciplic conclusion is all same. Radha Krishna is supreme and chanting of the holy name is to the ultimate deliverance for the conditioned soul. Then we come to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He is the pioneer of Gaudiya Vaishnava revival. Okay, so he rediscovered the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the father of modern Krishna consciousness movement. He written how many books? More than 100 books. How much Srila Prabhupada written? 80, 85? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur written in third time 100 books on Bhakti. Revival of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He re-established the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu re-established Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur re-established the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. And literary contribution, written over 100 books, and Jaiva Dharma, Sri Chaitanya Siksha, and expanded the Bhakti movement, promoted Namahatta, same like Bhakti Viksha, market of the holy name, bridged the east and west. He sent the Vaishnava books to the western country. Father of the most glorious personality who ever taken birth in this material world. Who is that? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Balanced devotion duty. He was a Grahastha. How many children he had? 10. And he was like a magistrate, right? Magistrate.
Yes.
He used to work, and evening he will do books, bhajan, he will do spiritual sadhana also. Fought against false sects like the Sahajas, caste Goswamis that misrepresented Mahaprabhu's teaching. Stressed chanting of the holy name and pure devotional service over rituals and material practices. Of course, lot of things we can say about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was a modern pioneer in Krishna consciousness. Inspired Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his son, to take sannyas. Here all the parents fight if their children go for brahmacharya. He inspired his son to take sannyas and preach boldly. So he was praying to Lord Vishnu, please send one of your ray so that I can re-establish the Krishna conscious philosophy. So then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was born. There are a lot of things, no? Even he was born, the umbilical cord was like a Brahmana thread, and Jagannath cord stopped in front of him. It's like that, so many. So it was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayer. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was born in this material world. Then we come to, yes, the last three personalities we have. Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. So Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was a renowned Vaishnava saint. Okay, no? Another 5-10 minutes we He is a pure devotee in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He is spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is revered for his deep devotion, renunciation, absorption. So of course his yearly place, Padmavati village, present day, Bangladesh, 1838. Initially a householder, but later renounced the world to practice bhajana. Became a Babaji and settled in Vrindavan and later Navadvip. He is known for his exemplary vairagya. Sometimes so many people come to for his blessings. He used to go to very dirty places where there was stool and everything. So nobody will come there because he wanted to practice with full absorption. So he was so extremely, Vairagi was the topmost Vairagi, you can say. He chanted over 3 lakh names of Krishna daily, Harinam Siddhi, and was constantly immersed in Krishna consciousness. He once said, I do not speak to anyone who is not chanting at least 1 lakh names of Krishna daily. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how many times he approached him for Diksha? 17 times. He told, I will not give Diksha. Then seeing his so much dedication and determination, then finally after I think 17th attempt, he was moved to give him Diksha. So gave transcendental instruction on pure bhakti and detachment from materialistic society. And inspired Shuddha Bhakti and so many things. His Samadhi tomb is located in Navadvip in a sacred pilgrimage site. This is about Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So exemplary Vairagya and devotion. We come to the Simha Guru, the Lion Guru of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Recently we celebrated his disappearance day. 1874 to 1937. A great Vaishnava Acharya. Prabhupada used to say Simha Guru. Spiritual reformer, preacher of pure bhakti. He was son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the spiritual master of Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki jai. Known for reviving Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, established Gaudiya Math. How many Math he established? 64 Math. He was a revolutionary preacher. Before that, sannyasis, they will not use any material things. He was using coat, pant, shirt, car, automobiles. He said, Yukta Vairagya, anything can be used in Krishna's service.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce, yeah. So it's very high-tech. And he used to put chair in the temples. Normally in temples they don't put anything, you have to sit on the floor. When you receive the British people, he used to put the chair. Because he wanted to somehow encourage them in Krishna consciousness. Printing presses. And he said, if at all you get money, print books. That's one of the instructions to Srila Prabhupada. Dioramas, yes, that is very famous. Those days, there is no internet, no smartphones, no movie theaters. So what is the recreation? So he was so much visionary, people have no entertainment that time. Only cooking, little bit reading and agriculture. So he introduced dioramas where you can see the leelas displayed. Like he'll put an exhibition and it became a huge success. So many people started coming to see the dioramas. But he introduced that dioramas. And Srila Prabhupada also very much stressed that dioramas should be there in the temple walls everywhere, like that. So that's one thing. Wrote and published numerous books. Bhakti Siddhanta. He was expert in Surya Siddhanta. And that's why he was got the name Siddhanta. And for Bhakti Siddhanta, he got the name because he given a lecture in Midnapur that who is a Brahmana. So there they were so much impressed that everybody rushed to the stage to take his blessings. So the police stopped them and said, everybody come, there will be a stampede. So you all wait here. They took him, they told, put your feet in the bucket of water. He was very resistant, but they forcefully put his feet and taken the water and sprinkled on all of them. So he was a very glorious personality. And it was because of him ISKCON was established. Because at the first meeting he said to Prabhupada that you have to spread the teachings of Krishna consciousness to the English speaking people. And so many things are there. Born as Bimala Prasad, son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. At the age of 7 he memorized the entire Bhagavad Gita. So you can see such a, and he was a Manjari. Nayanamani Manjari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also was Manjari, Kamala Manjari. So they are all descended from the spiritual world. And he was very much against the pseudo devotees. He was like a lion to them. Both Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his son, both were no. And here is the shocking part. performed chanting of 1 billion names of Krishna in Mayapur before accepting disciples. 1 billion, not million, billion. 100 crore, 192 rounds every day for 9 years. Can you imagine? Not at all possible. You will get fever if you hear 2 times. And when there is rain in the hut, he will not patch, he will catch umbrella. You don't want to waste time. 192 rounds every day for 9 years before accepting disciples practiced. That's why Prabhupada used to glorify his spiritual master. He said, before my spiritual master, I am nothing. So, such a glorious founder of GAUDIYA, preaching of Bhagavad Dharma, pure bhakti, following 6 Goswamis, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Guru Parampara, Guru of Srila Prabhupada. His disappearance and legacy left the world in 1937 in Mayapur. So much things. Then finally we come to our spiritual hero, Reverend A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So founder Acharya of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where Srila Prabhupada went on the instruction of his spiritual master, born as Abhay Charan De in Calcutta, and educated in Scottish Church College with gaining English fluency. Met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur and took the journey to the west in the age of 69 in 1965. Travelled to New York without money, with 40 rupees in his hand, with the trunk of Srimad Bhagavatam. Suffered 2 heart attacks at the sea, but Lord Krishna protected him. Arrived in US with no money, no followers, but full faith in Krishna. Bhakti Amama Name Bhakta Pranashati. And in 1967 he established ISKCON, International Society of Krishna Consciousness, introduced Harinam Sankirtana, public chanting of Hare Krishna mantra in New York Tompkins Square Park. Travelled the globe 14 times around the world. Personally established 108 temples in 6 continents. Inspired Radha festivals worldwide. Translated and wrote over 70 books. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam 18 volumes, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita 9 volumes. And his books are distributed in millions. And today also we are distributing his books. There is a December marathon going on. In Kanyadesh also there is one puja today. There are Salmiya devotees, they went there for book distribution. So that was the power of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, my Guru Maharaj pushed me. And Prabhupada is pushing us. Yes, us through his disciples. And spreading Krishna consciousness through temples and form, established ISKCON temple, form communities and Gurukulas, created very revolutionary Govinda's vegetarian restaurant all over the world, spreading Krishna Prasadam, food for life, and distributing free vegetarian meals. Meeting world leaders and influencing culture, spoke with scientists, professors, politicians and religious leaders, presenting the Vedic wisdom, inspired Beatles, George Harrison, Allen Ginsberg, and other influential figures to promote chanting Hare Krishna. Established Bhaktivedanta Institute, Scientific Institute, to propagate spiritual knowledge. Engaging scientists in Krishna conscious discussion. In 1977, Srila Prabhupada left this world in Vrindavan, leaving behind over 5,000 disciples, 108 temples worldwide, and everything accomplished within a span of 10 years. Millions of books distributed, the eternal movement of Krishna consciousness. His Samadhi stands in Vrindavan and his teachings continue to inspire millions and millions worldwide. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are today sitting here by the mercy of all these acharyas, glorious personalities. Because of them, they have transmitted the knowledge of this Krishna consciousness over generations and generations and generations for many, many thousands of years without any change. That's why we are getting benefited. So, we will thank you, but they have taken extra time because this is a very big subject. So that we have a slide when we discussed, of course, we cannot skip any of these personalities. It can happen if you miss some persons. Only the 6 Goswamis were not discussed because we had a separate class on them earlier and we cannot cover also because they are separate, their contribution is huge. Hare Krishna. So any questions, any comments or anything you want to discuss, 5 minutes we have. And then we will 12:25, then we will have Arati. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions about today's topic?
We are seeing a movement. We are